Son, and Holy Spirit. Today, on this second Sunday of Pentecost, we hear Christ calling his disciples. We hear that they're out fishing. These four fishermen that took place in this gospel, these disciples were fishermen. And Christ comes to them and tells them to follow me. It's a command that we hear often in the gospel, over and over again. He tells people, follow me. We know he did it to the rich man and to many disciples over and over again. He says, follow me, follow me. It's a command. And it's an open-ended command. He gives room for people to accept it or reject it. In today's gospel, we hear the disciples immediately respond in action. Immediately they follow him. They put away their nets. They walk away from their ships. And in the case of John and the brothers of Zebedee, they leave their father. They leave their father, and whose livelihood was fishing as well, to follow Christ. Now we know this is not the first time these particular disciples had an encounter with Christ. Andrew, the brother of Peter, is called the first call because he already had an encounter with Christ. Christ lives in this area of Capernaum, where these disciples are from, and they know about it. They know about his baptism. They were followers of John the Baptist, so they know of Christ. This is not the first time they heard of this Christ, but it's the first time that they respond to him. They feel an immediate need to follow Christ and become his disciples, and ultimately the apostles. And they do it in a dramatic way. They leave their career, they leave their material belongings, and they leave their family behind to follow Christ. Now this is common among what we call the rabbis, students of the rabbis. They would leave everything behind to become students of well-known rabbis. So in the culture that we're speaking of, that this gospel took place, this is not unheard of, to leave everything behind. In our culture, it seems odd, except if you were a monk. If you were called to monasticism, indeed, this is exactly what you would do. You would leave your careers, you would leave your personal belongings, every possession behind, and indeed you'd leave your family and you would go into a monastic setting to follow Christ, to live together in a brotherhood or a sisterhood in a monastery. So it's not obscure either today for this to happen. But Christ isn't calling each of us, brothers and sisters, to follow the disciples as they did and to leave everything, to leave our careers, to leave our home and our vehicles and our belongings that we've acquired. He's not asking us to leave our families either, but he is asking us to follow him, and primarily to follow him with our hearts, to put nothing before him, nothing material, nothing physical on this earth, whether family or material gain should stop us from following him as his disciple. Oftentimes, we let lots of things stop us, and we make excuses for ourselves to not fully follow Christ's teaching and be Christians. We're very good Christians Sunday morning oftentimes, but most of the time we take a vacation from that. If we were really true to ourselves and look into ourselves, into our hearts, and see what it is on a day-to-day basis that we've done to show that we were true disciples of Christ, true disciples of Christ, we would probably come up with few things. For a few moments that maybe we said a prayer, a few moments in our day, maybe we had a mind that we thought about something that was spiritual. Maybe a few moments of the day we lent our hand to help somebody. But if we were to tally up that 24-hour period, there's probably very few moments in life that we could fully say that we gave ourselves over to Christ fully today. And so we have lots of work to do. Christ isn't calling us to be an apostle, so to speak, but he is calling us to be a disciple. And so our hearts, we have to work hard at looking into our hearts and removing from within our hearts those things that keep us from Christ, brothers and sisters. This is really the battle that we have to do every day. What is preventing me from doing exactly what the apostles did today and the disciples? And can I remove those obstacles from my heart, at least? If not in the physical sense, at least from my heart. And we need to work on that every day. This is our calling, to be true disciples. To be a disciple of Christ, yes, means to study, to learn the teachings of Christ, to follow his commandments, but most importantly, it means to give in our hearts over to Christ. And not let this world and all the sea that pounds upon us, the waves that come upon us every day, to drown us in the sorrow of this world, but yet to give us the joy of being disciples of Christ. It seems sometimes a burden to be Christian. It is a difficult road. We hear the second gospel today, which we have for the saints of all Russia, is the Beatitudes. And indeed, in the majority of our liturgies, we sing these Beatitudes at the antiphon before the entrance. And we sing it over and over again as a reminder that this is what it means to be Christian. It means to be meek. It means to be humble. It means to mourn for the loss of this world, because we know we're going to gain some more in the end, in the next life. It means we're going to be persecuted for Christ's sake and to accept it, and that we should be joyful because of it, because we know we're going to get a greater reward. When we hear those Beatitudes, brothers and sisters, that's what it means to be a disciple. Christ is telling us this is exactly what we're going to have to endure. And it seems difficult and a hard road to travel, because it is. But there's great joy if we look into it. If we were to look into our hearts and separate ourselves from the material, from those things that lack, that hold us back from being true Christians, we can see the joy in acting this way. From being humble and meek, from being those that seem to be peacemakers, that always are having to get trampled upon in this world because we're trying to live a different life. It's a hard calling, brothers and sisters. It's difficult, but the rewards are great. And this is why the disciples today left everything behind. In a moment, they could see that this is the way to live their lives. They let it all go. And so we too, in our hearts, let everything go. Be committed to Christ, truly committed to Christ. Every day, every moment of our day. Don't be a vacation. Don't take a vacation from being a Christian, brothers and sisters. Don't ever think that you can let your guard down just for a little while, just to get some relief. No, that's not what our calling is. We bear the cross. We all have a baptismal cross, and we bear it, and we never take it off, so that we are always reminded that our calling is to be disciples of Christ. And anything that gets in our way, we should flee from it. If our work gets in our way, flee from it. If our family gets in our way, flee from it. Only if it gets in our way. We can cohabitate with them. We can get along with them. But if they prevent us from following Christ, if they prevent us from being fully Christian, then we have to have a conversation with ourselves on if we're true disciples of our Lord. In the name of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.